All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update and information as see the hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, go ahead and subscribe and like. You don't share. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has been given condition before he will be released from the DSS detention. And from what I see that this is actually coming from Tinubu's camp, live and direct, where you will see the interview. This man was interviewed on Arise TV. That video is a courtesy of Arise TV. I will drop the video for you now. You will see the delegation where Kanu has been asked to renounce the secession before he will be released from the DSS detention. And when I heard this thing, I say, wow, Ogenede, because people like Sowore has been released, Sunday Igboho has been released, and Kanu, everybody is asking that Kanu be released, and Kanu himself has said that if he is released at 2 minutes, that the insecurity in the southeastern part of Nigeria will stop immediately. But the government have decided not to heed to that particular words of Nnamdi Kanu, because ndị be anyị sị na Agbuedike dị Agbuedike na ọgụ ụnọ. Na mbọsị ezi eme gịnị achọkwa dike. Make I drop that video for you. As you go to watch am, I will come back right back now.
Now, this plea it doesn't seem like it's far-fetched. He's been in detention for about 3 years. What do you make of it? Is it time for an intervention of the Southeast governors in this case?
Well, I think the call of the Southeast governors is misdirected, get me, and unfair to the governors. You see, there is I will start with a quotation from Henry V. You know, Shakespeare, one of Shakespeare's plays. He said that if a child that is by the father sent on merchandise went and miscarried upon the seas, is it the fault of the father? This plea is being made by the junior brother of Kanu. He can speak to his brother, let me, to renounce secession. I'm sure he will work out a free man the next day. To call on the governor, so I elected representatives of Southeast, and who know what is on the ground, is turning a political matter into a sociological and family matter. It is not. It is already a legal issue. And the last ruling by the court was that the lower court should accelerate hearing on his case. He was freed before, although while in detention, he fled to Kenya. He was retrieved from there, and his trial went on. If his health is not okay, that is the fault of the people. He should not die on account of ill health in government's custody. You get me? Because people are contesting the legality of that custody. This is in court. I don't want to comment on something in court. But you see, it is unfair, again, for them to call on the Southeast governors. Because you put them in a cul-de-sac of sorts, a no-win situation. Like I said the other time, blood is thicker than water. There's no doubt that Igbos generally have empathy, sympathy for him. But it is a path they had followed before and which they regretted. You get me? Although the government was magnanimous enough to accommodate the leader of rebellion then, Dimogu Ojukwu. And ever since, we've moved on. Our motto is unity in diversity. And the core matter of disgruntlement in this arrangement is discrimination, North-South discrimination. We all suffered it. When I started out as a civil servant, then I went into the bank. You see, in the bank, when government took over banks, they would just send northerners who never met you in the university as executive directors. Whereas you are sliding up. Even my mates who remained in the public service, only one got to be from the south. You get me? Only one got to be deputy permanent secretary, as Dele Ajola is there now. So we have all suffered on account of this north-south something. But that's the essence of our unity in diversity. That's why they created so many bodies, JAM, federal character, so that there will be some balance. And we are managing it. We are managing it. What we should adopt, I think I've said it here too, is what they are using in the US now, although to settle matters on racism. There's diversity, inclusion, and equity. If you include more people, if you reduce the gap between the rich and the poor, if you enhance, expand access to riches for more people, you can balance things out. But not to declare secession and wanting to be pardoned and then implicating governors who had no hand in the matter, putting it on their table. It's unfair to them. It's unfair to them. I know the situation the governors are being placed. Let me give you an analogy. When Dia, the deputy to Abacha, was accused of treasonable felony, they brought Yoruba and showed them film to implication. The Abu Jale of Ijabo, they said, well, we have seen your film, but it's our son. Which means you cannot give approval for you to kill our son. And he was not killed. They want to put the governors in this same situation. But let Kanu, I say it again, renounce the session. Even if he knows his health cannot take it, he doesn't need to die over the matter. The Igbos are Nigerians, whether anybody likes it or not. And sooner than later, an Igbo will be president in this country. It's a matter of time. So there is no need for any rebellion. And there is no need to implicate four governors in a matter that should not really concern them, since it is in the court.
Right. And truly this matter does, seem to be passed from one office to the next, in these pleas of trying to get him to regain his freedom. I read an interesting commentary this morning where the writer was saying that, well, the current president should toe the way of the late President Yaradua and just put an amnesty on the issue so that we can move on from it. What are your thoughts on that way of handling cases concerning agitators, especially, with the issues of secession and so forth?
You have to treat them in context. You see, the one you mentioned, Yaradua, it's like, Yoruba is saying you use a thief to catch a thief. Get me? That was a form of compensation, even though it was an amnesty. See, the riverine areas are still suffering. You get me? From pollution and so many things involved in exploration of usage of oil. And that's the area that lays the goose that lays the golden egg. So that was done there. There was amnesty. And that was even why they were using those who were militants before as security people to secure the creeks, so that the oil can flow. You see that context? You cannot apply that context to this. Because even in the first rebellion, by Ojukwu, like I said, it was accommodated. It was accommodated and brought back and rehabilitated. And even this has moved on. Then, it's like bringing back bad memories, to say this. Because you are advancing. See our elections, you saw how OP emerged. Yeah, even though it was at the last minute. And you see what is happening all over the country. We are learning to manage our diversity. And I don't think violent challenge of constituted authority should be condoned. Although I'm not president, the work stops on the table of the president.
So amnesty is off the charts for you.
Unless, of course, the president wants it.
Disclaimer.
That's it.
Mr. Shibowale, I know you rightly pointed out that it's unfair to involve the Southeast governors, making a political matter rather sociological. I believe that those were your words.
Yes.
But seeing that, for instance, the stay-at-home or sit-at-home order is one that affected the Southeast governors, there are fears that, the continued detention could actually continue to inflame tensions in the region. So do you think that they should play some kind of role, seeing that have been affected by his detention one way or another, should play some role?
They are playing the correct role.
In this.
They are fighting it. They are asking people to come out. And they are asking people to come out. But like I said, blood is thicker than water. You see, you may not necessarily come out to say you support something. Tacitly or spoken way. You get me? People know where their sympathies lie. But it's not the sympathies that they can manifest openly. And these governors are doing their best. They are almost forcing people to come out. In some areas, they are successful. In some areas, they are not. So they're using their constitutional clout against the formal might of the man in detention. And see, he said the other time that if he just snapped his finger like this, that would be the end of the matter. But he doesn't need to snap his finger. Let him renounce secession today. I'm sure he'll be out of prison tomorrow.
And it's interesting that you say that, because in the video we've been playing of him, he's saying, once he's released, all the insecurity in the region will be gone in two minutes. Two minutes.
Right.
But earlier you mentioned the political cost of an amnesty. But let's look at some of the potential benefits of his release. And some people are even comparing it. I know every case is different and individual, but people are saying, well, if Sunday Boho can be freed, and if Sowore can also be forgiven for his cases that he had withstanding, then surely there must be some benefit to extend an olive branch, since this case has been going on for so long.
I'm a Yoruba man. Ugo is not in the same class as Kanu to the Yorubas. I don't even know Ugo. You get me now? See, they are paper tigers. The same thing this other man you mentioned. He's an activist. Human rights activist. That is his way of life. And he knows he must have, if you do some things, you have clashes with the law. And people like that invariably have a coterie of lawyers supporting them. You get me? Because they know they are fighting for society, not for themselves. You cannot put Kanu in that category. He has an organizer, IPOB. You know what that acronym, what it means? It's a challenge to the legitimacy of the Nigerian government. Let him go back on that. He'll be a free man. So
we've got you covered. You can pay with Jumia Pay, cash, or card. Order groceries, fashion items.
So simple. Or you don't think so?
All right, welcome back. I know you enjoyed that video. I'm here to bring you. In case you enjoyed that video, go down to the subscription button, subscribe to this channel, like and comment. Drop your comment on comment section. What do you think on this particular matter? Because everywhere don't they become red, though. Everywhere don't they become red. Of course, you can see that you don't need a soothsayer to tell you that the guy in question is speaking the mind of the government. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you that this particular guy is actually speaking the mind of the government. Of course, you can see that what has been keeping Nnamdi Kanu, and the man said it bluntly. He was bold about what he was saying. He was not even mincing words. Like, he was direct to his point. And for me, I like that point because it's good if you want to speak. Don't be dicey in your statement. Just go straight to the point. And the guy in question, this man that was interviewed by the Arise TV, he went straight to the point without mincing words. Now, indirectly, you need to understand that this guy is speaking the mind of the government, that he's actually saying what Tinubu wants him to say. He has said it that in a snap of a finger, that if Kanu will denounce the secession, that he will be released from the DSS detention. And of course, you know that the man Kanu is fighting for a legacy, fighting for his people. And this brings me back to people like Owazurike, the one who formed the Masob. There was a time he was in the detention also. He spent, a lot of time there. But at a particular point in time, we were able to find out that he has been released. And as it is now, things like Masob is not even considered as a serious issue or threat to the government, because from what we are gathering on this information shows that the old man, he renounced the secession, and he still. This is actually what these people are waiting for, to become the fate of Nnamdi Kanu, so that immediately he renounced the secession, they will release him from the DSS detention. But we are waiting to see what is going to become the outcome of the matter, if justice is going to take its place in this matter. Of course, you know that the courts we have in Africa, the high places of justice has been turned to the high places of money. If you look at the woman, the lawyer that is in every court, both in the Supreme Court and the High Court, you find out that that woman is having a gavel, and the other hand, she has a sword, and the other hand, she has a scale weighing. And if you look at it, you find that the eyes of the woman is covered with a ribbon. And that is to say that the seat of judgment does not see anyone. The seat of the judgment is to be a seat of justice. But in the issue of NIG government, my brother, now who carry the money back, and I ain't go win the case. Ada abaya draw, yeah, court. As he there for Nigeria, now who carry the money back, now ain't be the person who go win the case. Meanwhile, another information, make I bring you one small information like that. There's a tension in Anambra community as unknown gunmen kidnap 3 people. Ndị mburu, they say mburu people don't brula about 3 people in Anambra State. If you dey waka these days, they watch your back. If you get too much money, hide them, because enemies now are even better than friends. I mean, friends now are even better than your enemies. These days, it looks as if people should just go and become friends with their enemies rather than being friends with their friends. Meanwhile, this is where I'll be winding down the curtain. Thank you. God bless you.